Welcome to the Lake Learning Center. This is a student's guide to navigating the Moodle website. Moodle is a learning management system that allows instructors and students to collaborate in an online environment. Here at Lake Learning Center, students must first log in order to access their courses. The URL for this website is lms.lakelearningcenter.com/Moodle. There are two areas to log in from. There's a login section at the top of the page. And scroll down a little, there's another section to log in at the bottom of the page. So let's log in. Be sure to make your username and password correct when entering. And this information should be had from the administrators of the Lake Learning Center. Now, once you are a student who is enrolled in a course, you will see your courses listed in the My Courses section. Other courses are listed below. So I'm going to head to this course. In this video, we'll discuss how one would navigate in terms of looking at the different blocks on the window, looking at a typical quiz, a typical assignment, a forum, your attendance record, grades, and general navigational tips. Now, some courses are not set up the same. The instructor will have the freedom to move items around, and so these blocks, like search forums, messages, latest news, administration, navigation, calendar, and upcoming events, may be in different spots on the page. On the left side of the window, this is where they'll post the content for you to see. It could be anything from a URL to a forum to a PowerPoint presentation, Word documents, assignments, and quizzes. And even embedded videos for you to watch. And yes, you can actually click on play and it will play right on the screen for you. But let's first take a look at a typical quiz. Here's quiz 1. Now this quiz came with some information. It tells me that it has 30 minutes and there are 30 questions in it, for example, and how many times I can take this quiz, and when it will open and when it will close. And the duration, what's the time limit, and this says 45 minutes. When you are sure you want to start this quiz, you will click Attempt Quiz Now. And you will say yes. In Moodle, you'll notice that there is a navigation for the quiz. It shows the quiz question numbers, and you are free to click on them to head to that particular question. And there's also a timer that is running if this quiz is timed. Now, some quiz questions may come in this form. There are fill-ins. There are true and false questions. There are multiple choice questions, and sometimes you might even find essay questions as well. Now, answering the quiz questions is a matter of typing in a response or clicking on a button, whether it's true and false or A, B, C, D. You'll also notice that there is a little feature. It's a flag. It allows you to flag the question as a reminder to head back to it if you're unsure of a response. And of course, once you are through and you've put that response in, you can always remove the flag. So it just tells you that you have a question that you need to get back to. Once you would have completed your quiz, and you click on Next, it will give a status. There's a summary of your attempt. If there's a quiz question that you missed, it will indicate not yet answered, and you're free to actually go back, click on the quiz question number, and head back to answer the question that you missed. Of course, once you are through, you click on next, and you're sure you're finished. You click submit all and finish. And it's prompting you one more time. Once you are through, you are no longer able to make any changes to your submission. So I'm going to click on yes. I now have a summary of my quiz results. Shows what my grade is. And if I were able to review it, I would have had a review button here. Now I'm going to head back to the course. Now this information heads straight to the gradebook, and we will look at it shortly. Let's look at an assignment. Here's assignment chapter 1. This also indicates that there's some information that I need to know before I submit my assignment. And it's telling me that I need to look at the chapter review questions before I can submit my assignment. So sometimes that chapter review question may just be a document that was placed for me to review. And here it is. And I must then click on the Word document, download it, open it and find out what my review questions are, and then proceed to submit my assignment. So it's giving me some statistics here as well. My submission status, I have not attempted this. Grading status, it's not graded yet. When is the due date and time? And a timer, how many days and down to the hour do I have before I can submit this assignment? Now when you are ready to make your submission, here's the Add Submission button. There are two methods for sending files in for grading. There's the drag and drop method, and there's the add method. Let's show you the add method first. When you click the add button, it picks a window that shows the file picker and allows you to look at your files, whether it's recent files, uploading a file, URL downloader, private files, or even Wikimedia. I'm going to click on upload a file, and it allows me to choose a file. I must now locate a file that I need to use. Click on it, click on open, and add the file to the file picker. When I'm sure that this is the file that I need, I'll click on upload this file. Of course, I can always change my mind and click that choose file button again and find the correct file which I wish to send in. When I'm sure that this is the file that I need to send, I'm going to click on upload this file. And once you are sure that you are submitting the correct file, you click Save Changes. But I'm going to cancel this just to show you the drag and drop method instead. Here's my Add Submission button again. And the drag and drop method requires that you would locate the file in the folder where you have it stored. Click on it. And dragging here means holding down your left mouse button, moving your file to the drop box, and notice the move tag, and release your mouse button and allow the file to load in the drop window. Then you can click Save Changes. Okay, so here's your submission. And it indicates when you last made the change here. If you change your mind, you can always click the Edit Submission button. You can proceed to remove or delete the file and replace it with another. Now the instructor will come in and check out your file and grade it and issue you a grade, and then of course your grading status will change here. Okay, so you've just seen a typical quiz and you've just seen a typical assignment. Let's head back to the course page. I'm using the breadcrumb list, and a breadcrumb list is a list of links that indicates where you have clicked on to get to the page that you're at now. Let's look at the forum. What if you were asked to respond to your classmates in a forum setting? Then you can click on the forum link, and it indicates some information as to what the forum is all about. And you can add a new discussion topic. You indicate the subject, and you type your message. And when you are through, you can post your information to the forum. And you have 30 minutes in which to edit this information. And here's my forum post. And other students will be able to click on my discussion post, read all about it, and even reply to it. I'm going to head back to the main page. So you've just seen a typical quiz, a typical assignment, and a forum. But let's look at the gradebook. The gradebook can be found in the administration block. And let's click on grades. And it will indicate for me the categories in the gradebook. I have a quiz category, a homework category, and an exam category, and the items that are listed in those categories. And since I've just done that quiz, and it indicates my score and the percentage. Now everything that's graded will show up in the gradebook, and it will give you a general calculation which turns out to be your course total at the end. Let's head back to the main page. Let's take a look at the attendance record. Once the instructor has set up the relevant dates, your attendance record will indicate how many times you're present, late, excused, or absent. Of course, this information can always be queried with the instructor, and they may make a change. Let's head back to the main page. Sometimes you may be required to change your profile picture and give a description of yourself as well. Here's where we do that. Now if you're looking at the top of the window, you notice there is no picture. This is what we want to change. So there are two areas that we can make this change. We can click here where it says picture of, or we can head to the My Dashboard section and click on Profile. In this window, in the Administration section, we can click on the Edit Profile button. This brings up the general information that's listed. Here's the area to change the description. And here's a section to change the user picture. I'm going to use the drag and drop method to change the profile picture. Now usually they require a picture of your face so that they can identify you. So I'm going to head to the folder that contains my pictures. I'm going to use a sample picture. And I'm going to drag, remember, holding down my left mouse button, keeping it held while moving my mouse and dropping the image to the Dropbox. Okay, so here are the tulips. Additional information can be entered as well, like additional names, interests, and some optional information. Now once you're sure this is the picture you want to keep, we're going to click on Update Profile. And look closely and you'll see the picture that I've just loaded, the yellow tulips. And here it is. I'm going to head back to the main page and talk a little bit about navigating the course in terms of these boxes that you're seeing here. Now some instructors may turn these on. They're called an activity completion checkbox. And the blue ones indicate that you can mark the box yourself to say that you have indeed viewed the item that's listed. But the green ones cannot be ticked unless you have completed the activity itself. For example, if you never took the quiz, then the checkbox will never get a tick. So some of the instructors may turn these on. Now these are just a way of tracking your progress to see how many of the items you have gone through in your course listing. Here's a little more information about your quiz. Now since I was only allowed to attempt this quiz once, if I had a second attempt it would have allowed me back in. But some of these quizzes are set up in such a way that they are not free to navigate, meaning you are only allowed to do the quiz in the order in which you get them. Some of them only show 5 questions per page instead of all of the questions in your quiz. And some quizzes may even have 1 question showing per page. And you must keep clicking until you get to the end. But no matter the structure of your quiz, once you complete it, the software generally grades it, and that information usually ends up in the gradebook. Now, here's a suggestion. Looking at the upcoming events block is a good way to figure out what items are due and when. And you can also view this information in your calendar. Notice the shading on the dates. That also indicates when assignments are due and when. Also, your course may be set up indicating a week-by-week layout. Other courses may be set up in a topic-by-topic layout instead. But the most recent section usually highlights in a shade of blue or green to indicate that it's the current course week. Now the other information you're seeing here in the dashboard include links to My Home, which is the main page for the Lake Learning Center, your profile, the calendar, messages, badges, private files, and your link to logout. Now what if you want to send a message to your tutor or instructor? Here's where we should go. In the navigation block, we should find that there's a section that lists your messages. And if you have one, or any messages at all, you should be able to find messages from your tutor. But of course, if you needed to invite somebody to respond to your message, you would find that individual's name or the participant's name, type them a message, and send the message off. Here's another section that allows you to send messages. I'm going to head back to the main page. If you find the list of participants and you click on it, it should show you all these individuals in the course. When they last logged in, at least you can tell if they were on the site recently at all. And you can send that individual a message by clicking on the name of the participant. Click the Send a Message button and type your message. My message would have been received as soon as that individual logs into their course, and they would read my message accordingly and respond accordingly. Now, at the end of your session, it is a good idea to log out and when you are sure you want to enter the course again, you log back in. This is the end of the Moodle session on teaching students how to navigate the Moodle Lake Learning Center platform.